And the reason that I'm kind of stood, well, in front of my sink with this very attractive background behind me is because I don't really have time to set up a proper setup, as it were. Today's video is just a quick off-the-cuff tutorial that Mario and I filmed together. We made Nutella brownies on Monday, and I thought I'm going to film the process. But my parents have been here all week, and I haven't really had any time to do a proper introduction. So apologies for that. So you've just kind of got this. I hope that's okay for you. Link to the original recipe can be found in the description box below. It goes into measurements and whatnot because apparently I didn't. But you can find all relevant information in the description box below, as well as social media, if that is something that interests you. But anyway, enjoy the tutorial. You will need eggs, butter, sugar, flour, sugar, Nutella, salt, and a Mario. Hi. Mario is optional. So into a bowl, you're going to need to put, well, it's meant to be room temperature, but Mario thought I was watching it, but I wasn't watching it because I can't do anything apparently. And then you're meant to mix it with your mixer until it's light and creamy before you add the sugar.
It'll be okay.
Okay, fine. Then apparently you add the sugar. So you'll notice that the recipe, which is in the description box by the way, it's not our own invention, calls for light brown sugar. But that's not as easy to find in Germany as one may think. So we're using dark brown sugar with caster sugar. We half-seed it, and we've had it before and it was pretty tasty, so we made it work. Mix! Till it looks like this. Can you move to things? Things! Yay! Now add the eggs. Doing fancy pants one-handed. Show off.
Mix. Might want to scrape down.
If you had a spatula, this would be ideal, but we don't, so...
Spoon it is.
One of my favourite words, that. Spatula.
Yeah?
Yep. What an oddly shaped spoon.
Yes. Next.
Nutella! About 300 grams of Nutella.
I will get...
It says 1 cup, but I worked it out to be about 300 grams. So it's like 294 or something. And this is the only chocolate you're going to be adding into the brownies. There's no cocoa powder, there's no other chocolate, unless you want chocolate chips, which it also says you can add, but we don't have any. We just have this adorable chocolate sheep that one of our friends gave to us.
Okay, then mix.
It's a pretty easy recipe. Now you're going to add the flour.
And the salt.
And the salt. We did double the amount of salt, but I'm voting 1.5 times the amount of salt this time.
That's what we'll go with.
Soz. For me, double was a little bit salty. You didn't throw it over your shoulder.
I'm not Greek. Do that in Greece.
Do you? You do that everywhere.
I think I throw plates.
You do throw plates. Hoppa.
And mix.
I'm liking these kinds of videos.
Not too much.
Don't you spray me.
You're going to make your flour go really stiff.
No one likes stiff flour.
And scrape it down. All the last bits.
Why does it make the flour go stiff, Mario?
Because you stretch the gluten.
She didn't say that was a genuine question. That's why it's important not to overmix. things you learn when you have someone who loves cooking as your significant other.
Then,
Into your pre-prepared pan. And then into your pre-prepared pan. It calls for an like an 8-inch square, but we don't have that, so we're just using this small baking tray that we have.
it actually fills it pretty well.
It does actually fill it pretty well. Pour it in. As always, life will be easier if you have a spatula. Make sure you leave some in the bowl.
Not done yet.
So I can, you know, make the bowl. That's the point in being the chef's assistant. Apologies for the lighting, team. We don't have the best lighting in our house. And Mario's big old head's in the way. Big old head.
And then in the oven.
Then it goes in the oven at 180 degrees for around 30 minutes.
Keep checking it.
When you poke it with a stick and the stick comes out relatively clean, you know it's done. Clean enough. So for those of you who don't know, it's really weird if you film with a significant other that doesn't do YouTube, because they're a little bit awkward in front of the camera and then you feel like you're a little bit awkward in front of the camera. But I hope that you enjoyed it. You got to see Mario a little bit more because you only tend to see him on rare vlogs that I do, so I hope that's okay. My goodness, it's warm today. If you yourself decide to give these Nutella brownies a try, and you should, they're delicious, feel free to tag me on Instagram with hashtag #thecornerofcraft. All relevant social media information, as I said, is in the description box below, as well as link to the recipe. You know, standard as always, shebang. I'll be back on Thursday with my usual setup with yet another podcast, so look out for that, and yes, I shall see you very soon in my next video. Bye!